All right, y'all. So I'm no stranger to rants, right? A lot of people who joined my channel came to me because, a lot of my most popular stuff was the Sparking Zero rants, right? And my entire synopsis was that the community is toxic, a lot of the content creators are toxic, and people were hate farming the game just for the sake of hate farming the game. A lot of people actually liked the game and will consistently gate hop different opinions based on whatever was trending at the time. 1 minute the game is back, we're so back, where Sparking Zero was great, and then the next minute it's why Sparking Zero failed, the game fell off, we don't have this, we don't have that. And after a while, it literally just turned into a hate farm, right? That's exactly what Sparking Zero turned into. I feel like the majority of the reason why the game fell off is because of the hate farm. So we finally get Sparking Zero, right? And I'm with you guys. I think that the $35 price tag is insane. I do not think that the $35 price is justifiable at all. Okay? And we still did it. We got a lot of stuff that y'all begged for, right? There's a lot of stuff that these comp players have been LARPing their asses for, right? A game that isn't competitive, y'all pushed to be competitive, and they patched the game until it got competitive, right? That's what they did. And what do I get on YouTube and see? We are so back. Mind you, these are the same people. Literally yesterday, the day before yesterday, the downfall of Sparking Zero. The game is bad. This is bad. This is bad, right? Frame one. Sparking Zero. We're so back. And I'm like, yo, y'all are shameless. The switch up is insidious. Y'all are shameless. Y'all have no back. Like y'all are spineless beings. You are shameless, spineless dorks. Because immediately within 24 hours of them dropping this patch and people, oh, we're so back. The game is great. Guys, I can't wait to 24 hours, the complaints start. Super 13 is lackluster. This isn't in the game. This is mid. This is broken. The frames for this is bad. This is not okay. I'm like, yo. And this was literally my entire argument, which is the community is the problem with this game. No matter what they input, there's going to be complaints. No matter what they fix, no matter what they loop, and no matter what they do, somebody is going to go out of their way to find something stupid, which, by the way, on Twitter and on YouTube, within less than 24 hours, we already have infinites, which they patched. They already patched. They said, we don't want you to play this way. And within less than 24 hours, somebody found an infinite.
You so fiend! I gotta find a way to break the game. I gotta find a way. I can't play without it. Hold on. Let me.
So is that the developer's problem or is that the community problem? Less than 24 hours, right? Then we get the complaints about how now side dashing is too OP. We finally got rid of the vanishing and all the nonsensical infinites and we got rid of all the other stuff that everybody was complaining so much about. Now side dashing is too OP. Now side dashing is too OP. And then again, I go through YouTube and then within 48 hours, this DLC is not enough. The DLC is mid. The DLC is overpriced. The downfall of Sparking Neo. The game is too late. The game can't be fixed. The game can't be saved. I'm like, bro, you guys literally hand create this cycle. Like, it feels like I'm in an infinite Tsukiyomi. It feels like I'm in an infinite Tsukiyomi. And it only feels like that because I called this shit out. I was right about it. People agreed I was right about it. And then in the end cycle, when the game started to cool off and no one really paid attention like that, dudes changed the narrative, came back and made it seem like it was completely different just to come back and repeat the exact same cycle that I called out in my video. The exact same cycle. If you guys have not seen my Sparking Zero creator video, please watch that. Because that's exactly the type of shit I was talking about. This entire 26-minute video is exactly what is happening right now that I'm highlighting and talking about. This entire video was highlighting this exact process that we're going through right now. And the worst part is, like I said, I'm not a huge fan of the price tag. I genuinely do not think that you know, I don't think this game is well priced. $35 is crazy. That's basically $1 per character, which, you know, most people would be like, oh, that's pretty cheap, you know, $35 a character. That's not too bad. But it's like, we're getting characters that should have been in the game. Right. So I get that complaining aspect of it. You know, there, especially if you bought the deluxe, you know, you spent $110 and then they come around a year later and put in characters that already should have been in the game for another 35. That's highway robbery, bro. The game should have been $20 at most. At most. These maps should have been done. The game wasn't done. That's a bit highway robbery. This is why I tell people so much to pay. Like, please pay attention to y'all content creators, bro. I tell people all the time, pay attention to the content creators that you guys watch and that you enjoy and that you support, because the pure amount of people that gate the hop fence between opinions based on whatever's trending in the algorithm is obsidious. It's shameless. If 1 week the Sparking Zero algorithm tells them that the game has to be bad, they will do everything in their power to push the agenda that Sparking Zero is bad. If the current algorithm is trending that Sparking Zero is blowing up and we're all so back, that's what they're gonna push. And it's disgusting, man. It's disgusting. Because it's shameless. This is the same stuff. They're like, oh, well, Kaizen's a LARPer. You know, he's just a negative dude, and all he does is rant and make post videos in a community for engagement. It's like, this shit is shameless, dude. Because I actually enjoyed the game. I was one of the dudes who did communities. I still play the game. You know, I was anti-meta, and I'm still anti-meta. I can't wait to get on here and see, and that's going to be another rant video. I cannot wait for the same character, because now we don't have the excuse, right? Because they gave us all the characters niggas were complaining about. We don't have Super 13. We don't have all the characters that should have been in the game. A lot of characters that dudes were complaining about and saying that they were gonna play because, you know, that's their favorite, right? I cannot fucking wait. I cannot wait to get on here for the next few days, because I will be playing this game, self-plug, for the next couple of days for you guys, because I do like Sparking Zero, and now that they have new characters, especially fan favorites of mine, I'm damn sure gonna be playing this shit. So you better believe when I get on here and I continuously see the same meta slop over and over, you're damn skippy I'm gonna get a video out of it. You're damn skippy I will. And I hope somebody comes out and says, Kaizen's being negative again, Kaizen's hate farming again. Please do it. Because we got the receipts, and y'all did it the first time. Oh, Super 17's my favorite. Fuck are you doing? Yeah, we don't want those. Super 17's my favorite character. I can't wait. Super 17's my favorite character. I cannot wait to see the meta slop that y'all pick over and over again, because it's gonna be proven. It's already been proven. And I showed a lot of love for this game, but a lot of people really went out of their way to hate farm the living fuck out of this game, right? And they push this agenda that the game is so bad and it's lackluster, we don't have options. Now we have options. We have maps. The gameplay feels more balanced. I'm playing the game right now, and I can tell you for a fact, based on how side dashes are working and how mechanics are moving, the game is more balanced. I can tell you for a fact, skill is more of a requirement than the brain dead bullshit people were pulling off. For now, right? For now. So I genuinely just cannot wait to get online and fight the same 3-4 characters in the DLC. I can't wait for people to find the instant spark character and play nothing but that character for the next week, just so that they can sit there and pretend like the game don't got options. It's surrounded by frauds, man. It baffles me, seriously. The non-stop complaining, the LARPing of the downfall of this game for no reason. Like, if you don't like the shit, just don't play it. It's genuinely that simple. When I got bored with the game, I just stopped playing. You don't see me LARPing videos on the downfall of Sparking and how the game is bad and why it doesn't have stuff that I want. There's characters I wish that the game had that they don't have. I really like GT Gohan. He's not in the game. You don't see me uploading frame 1 out the gate. Why Sparking Zero is bad? Because my character's not in it. That's ridiculous. It's a dumbass thing to do. That's a delusional thing to do. And yet people are still doing it. So it just, again, the whole premise of my video is it proves my point that no matter what they do as a company, as a developer, it's never enough. 2, no matter how many glitches and bugs that people try to fix in the developer side, people are going to look for exploits. And this just completely erases the entire argument of, oh, well, if the game was made longer, then the game would be less buggy. It could be more competitive. First of all, it's a party game. There's way too many delusional people who still think this game is competitive. This was never meant to be a competitive game.
There's no need to hold
You have
back.
Broly, you have UI Goku, you have these niggas fighting Master Roshi. It's not a competitive game. Stop trying to take it seriously. Stop. Just stop. Like, give it up, buddy. It's not gonna happen. And the second thing is, even if they spent all the time in the world making that competitive game that you guys are just LARPing your asses for, trying to get so badly, you guys will genuinely stand there with a straight face and break the shit. Like, it took so fast for them to find glitches, so fast for them to find a new loophole-ish playstyle. They sped run this shit. And I was amazed, man. Like, look at this guy. He's gonna do the boost. And this is kind of the original playstyle that people had when the game dropped. Everybody would just spam ultimates, and now that the boost thing is in the game, I'm supposed to be in danger, right? Like, no, dude, stop. Like, what are we doing here? Stop. Like, no. When the game first dropped, that worked. And now that the boost system is in the game, I'm gonna imagine that majority of the players who played when the game first dropped are gonna try to do the exact same thing with boost and just stand there and spam ultimates over and over again. But that's not gonna work against a competitive player. That's not gonna work against somebody who's actually experienced with the game and knows the mechanics. That shit's just not gonna work, dude. And these are gonna be the same people that are gonna be spreading the agenda that the game is bad, the game fell off, the problem with the game. It's just not right. I don't think it's right at all. I do not think the treatment that this game gets is right whatsoever. It's criminal, it's jacked up, and it's just one of them things. It's like, bro, if you again do not like it, just don't play it. I don't see why that is so difficult for people to understand. If you don't like something, just don't play it. No one's forcing you with a gun to play the game at all. But they act like there's a gun to their head and they have to play it. And then they hop online with these agendas that the game is just this horrible, product. And it's super jacked up, man. And I'm not really saying that Sparking Zero is like a perfect product either. There's a lot of stuff that I've talked about personally in my own videos and on stream that I don't like about the game. I do wish that we had more game modes, but having more game modes is not the exact same thing as not having any options. People act like ranked is the only thing on this game, and that's because they spent all their time LARPing on ranked, trying to reach Z rank so they can flex online and validate their opinions. It's not the same thing. We still have tournament, we still had story, we still had custom battles, we still had options that people just didn't use because they wanted to hype their shit up and make it sound like I'm right because I'm Z rank. Look, I'm Z rank, therefore my opinion automatically is 100% correct. And that's all people did on this game. Whenever somebody was wrong in an argument about a character, about a map, about skill-based anything, about anything justifiable about the game's balance, mechanics, or anything involving the game, all they would do, I hit Z rank 3 times. I hit Z rank on all PC, console, Xbox, Switch. Bro, I'm better at you in the game, therefore my opinion makes more sense than you. What? Broly's not broken, bro. I hit Z rank 5 times. I dealt with him no problem. It's delusional. This is a very delusional thing to do. Rank does not automatically mean that your opinion is just God. People with a lower rank can be B rank and still beat your ass and have the same or different opinion and still have a valid opinion on their own side. So people pretending that the game just didn't have options because of the fact that they spent all their time on rank getting hit with slop because people, once again, didn't play the game. The game dropped, and we found the most loopholed characters. They hopped online, and they played Broly every game. We played Jiren every game. We played UI Goku every game. We played Kefla every game. And the same people who would sit in the video and tell you that this is a stupid thing to do, why the game is bad, the game needs to be fixed. Bandai, what are you doing? I can't believe the game dropped like this. This is unbelievable. This is slop. Turn right around, get on live stream, and pick the exact same character they just told you was stupid. Just to hit Z rank, turn the character off, and then stand there with a Z rank with another character, record, and then pretend like they didn't sit there and get Z rank with UI Goku. And gaslight. And again, this is why I'm promoting so much for you guys to watch my original video, because this is something that runs rampant a lot in this community. People gaslighting and changing their opinions and pretending like they don't know what the fuck is going on when it's calculated and they know exactly what there's going on. They know exactly what they're doing. How are you going to complain about UI Goku being a brain dead stupid character and that Z rank is only justifiable if you hit it with low tier? Then get on live stream Z rank, get there with UI Goku, turn off the character and pretend like you didn't do that, and then talk about why again he's a skill-based character. Why he's a bad skill-based character. That doesn't make any sense to me. And it's the same with the DLC. It's the same. I'm waiting. It's not going to be long before we find the most optimized DLC character, and then everybody else is going to be non-existent. Delusional takes. And like I said, the game is not perfect. There's a lot of stuff like the way that Ultimate stringed in the beginning of the game into supers and the way that people were spamming key blasts into ultimates, but y'all niggas looked for that. That wasn't like something natural that you had to do in order to hit an ultimate. You didn't have to spam key blast in order to hit somebody with ultimate. The command was there and you just pressed the button. So finding out that you can spam key into key blast and then do an ultimate to make sure your opponent couldn't block was something y'all niggas looked for. It was not something the developers intended to happen. And my point of the matter is, no matter how many times these developers patch this game, you guys are going to look and find for ways to do things that the developers did not intend to happen. So that's not a developer's fault because you decide to go on training mode and look for 18 ways to break the game because you're too bad to play in neutral. That's your fault for being a LARPing loser and a dork for not having the spare time to not train yourself and actually learn mechanics in the game so you can enjoy the product you paid for. That is your fault. But we're going to gaslight and pretend like it's Bandai's fault because people have freedom of choice and they decide to use that choice to get online and be a dork. I guess. And that's the Sparking Zero agenda. In a nutshell, I guess. I guess. The game just dropped. We got DLC. You think people are running tournaments? You think we would hop online and do fun tournaments? Right? Nope. Everybody's racing to Z rank. Let me show you how good I am. It's a rank. It doesn't matter. But once again, the agenda is being pushed. The game is bad. Because I don't play other game modes, because I gotta be a Z rank, because you have to notice me. I gotta get on Twitter and flex my rank. Look, guys, I'm top 5 in the U. No one gives a fuck. Your placement in the world in an online video game that does not reward you for doing anything in real life does not matter. And I know a lot of you delusional niggas on YouTube and in real life feel like if you're good at a video game ranking-wise, it gives you stature in the real world. I'm very sorry to tell you, if you walk into a mall, a public mall, like Six World did, and you ask a lot of people your opinions or their opinions about your rank, and you walk up to them like you're a rich millionaire and flex and say, hey guys, look, I'm a Z rank, take pictures with me, walk around with me, I'm cool, I'm famous. They're gonna look at you like you're retarded. They're gonna look at you like you're delusional, you need help, and they might even call a hospital for you because it doesn't matter. No one cares. It's not something that's feasible in real life. It's a game. And it's just really annoying to see the annoying pushed agendas that the game is horrible when, again, you don't have to play the game. If you don't like it, just don't play it. But whatever you do, don't be a hypocrite. Don't 1 minute say that the game is really, really good and that you guys are excited and you can't wait to play the game and the game is one of the best things that's ever been made since sliced bread. And then within 5 minutes, because you see people starting to hate farm the game, oh, I better stop. I better get off my high horse. Let me get on the bandwagon early so I can hit my algorithm mark. It's sad, bro. And Sparking Zero is not a perfect game. Sparking Zero is not something that is a 10 out of 10 game. There's a lot of flaws. We should have had more maps when the game dropped. There are some valid arguments that people introduce in their videos that's like, okay, this guy's making sense. Especially when they prove and support their points versus watching somebody else's vid and just highlighting what they said in a different way. The truth of the matter is, and this is the last video I'm going to make about this, is the creative effort that people don't have when it comes to the YouTube algorithm or when it comes to content creation, production in general, is the reason why they hate farm the game, because it doesn't have the options that they wanted it to have that would allow them to just blow up. People thought they were going to be the next Syriax, the next Afro, the next Rhyme Style just by playing Sparking Zero and playing ranked. But the sad truth is, once they did that and it didn't go their way, they realized, oh no, maybe the game isn't as good as I thought it was. Maybe my plan isn't working. Well, I see a lot of people uploading rants. Let me do that. Then my algorithm will boost. And everyone's going to point fingers and say, well, you uploaded like 8 rants. Kaizen, you're doing it right now. Yeah, but as I said, the reason why my rant worked isn't because I was doing it from a strategic-based standpoint. I didn't think that video was going to go anywhere at all. I hit record, and I spoke the truth from my heart, and that's what the video was. It wasn't a algorithmic 10-plot plan in order to push my agenda to get more views at a certain standpoint so that I can get more subs. Dude, I didn't care. And you can tell in my tone and what I was saying and how I addressed the community that I did not care. It wasn't something I was doing for clout. And that's why the videos connected more because, oh, wow, this guy is speaking his opinion and he's not doing it to fit in. He's not doing it because of an agenda. He's doing it because this is how he feels about the game. And I spoke very passionately about what I think is a problem with the game, and I'm still doing it right now. That's why my rants work. That's why people come back and watch it. Plus, the mix of comedy and the bits that I was throwing in the video, like, you got to be creative about the shit. So, no, I'm not being a hypocrite because, Kaizen, you're uploading a rant right now, so you're just being a hypocrite. No, because I'm addressing a problem that you guys are consistently creating about a game that you consistently gate hop opinions for it and pretend that the game is so horrible. And there's a lot of people who either don't, and this is their problem for being sheep, right? It's their fault for not taking their own 2 cents and playing the game for themselves instead of going on YouTube and just taking opinions at heart. But still, it hurts the game. It hurts the community when you get online and your only sole agenda is to push the fact that the game is horrible because your view won't click, because the game won't play the way you want, because you see that it's working and it could help your channel or the way your brand is working. So let me go ahead and push that agenda. And then if the YouTube algorithm changes, then I guess the game is good again. No one has a backbone in this community, and that's why I came back to make another rant. Because then you guys will push the agenda that, oh, you're doing the same thing, Kaizen. Oh, you're a one-trick pony, Kaizen. But Kaizen is the same person who made a community-based tournament for anybody with any sub count. Kaizen's the same dude who spent like $600 on this fucking game to give you guys community-based content. Did it work? No. But as somebody who's living and learning, it's something I tried to do. I didn't hate farm the game, watch it burn, and sit back and watch my bread stack. Because if I wanted to, I could have spent my entire rest of my YouTube career just making Spark and Zero hate videos, which people still do, by the way. Still doing it, by the way. And I could have made my bread. I'm going to tell y'all passively, I was making good bread just making rant videos. But I actually care about Dragon Ball. I actually care about the franchise, and that's where the disconnect is. That's all I got to say, man. I'm really disappointed in the way that the Spark and Zero community, operates as a whole. Are they going to change because of me? No, no one's going to give a fuck about this. They're going to watch the video. You guys are going to agree, disagree in the comments. You're going to have somebody gaslight in the comments and try to justify why the community. Like I said, the game is not perfect, but the pure hate farm that y'all give it, it is nowhere near as bad as some of y'all make it seem. It's not perfect, and a lot of the arguments are justifiable at some points, but the hate farm is crazy. It's criminal. And I would wish that the game would do better, but I'm sad to say and end the video off in saying that you guys are absolutely the second worst community I've ever been in. Naruto Ultimate Ninja series, the Storm Force, Storm Connections, is the first worst community on the planet. You guys can fight me on that. I will die on that hill. But unfortunately, the Spark and Zero community is the second. And that's the worst thing on the planet, considering this is a continuation of Budokai. This is like, it's not the same thing, but this is something I grew up with. This is something I played next to the Ultimate Ninja series a lot as a kid. And it was something I really, saw in the future being a cool community where we could all come together and do tournaments, support each other as creators, uplift the game, give developers, I get it. They're not doing everything perfectly. And just because we talk about it doesn't mean automatically Bandai's going to fix it. But you guys took the time to make a letter about what needs to be adjusted, and they took some from that and they fixed it. So I don't see why we can't come together and be like, hey, Bandai, and make some sort of fucking, I don't know, Kotsky on this shit and fix the game. Not because of an agenda, not because of this, not because of that, but because you are a genuine fan of Dragon Ball and you want to fix this shit. But that's not what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a lot of agenda push stuff based on algorithmic views and a lot of standpoints that people are being sheep because my favorite content creator said it's bad. Therefore, the game has to be bad. It's just not right, in my opinion, when it comes to sparking. And that's all I got to say about this, man. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree. Like I said in the vid, if I didn't cut it, I will be playing this game a lot more now that it's balanced. I'm not going to make it like a main thing on the channel, but maybe I might start making guides again on this thing. Now that I see that the game is more balanced and it actually matters. Hands actually matter now, which I'm very excited with. You can still spam key blast and kill people stupidly, but hands matter a lot more, and I'm seeing a lot more variety of the roster, so that tells me people are learning. So I'm going to wait a couple of weeks, and then if I still see people online playing with variety of characters, then I'll start doing guides. Because as I said, the main reason I'm not doing guides is because I'm not going to make a guide for a game niggas are going to hop online and play UI Goku every game with. I'm not going to waste my time doing that, bro. I'm not going to do that. Nor am I going to make a guide for a character if it's not going to be viable to be used because the character's so brain dead that no matter how good you are with the character, it's just not going to work. And the guides are really catered for average people. So get off your keyboard and tell me, well, I deal with it with no problem. If you don't play anything else and you played Sparking since the game dropped, shut the fuck up. I'm talking about the average Joe who goes to work, comes home, and plays a couple of games. The guides are really catered for them so they can get better and get at least in a standing point where they can play their favorite characters and enjoy the shit. So I'm done yapping, y'all. This was my little rant. It wasn't even a rant this time. As y'all can tell, I'm not even angry. I'm just annoyed, bro. I'm sad. I'm disappointed. I'm hurt because this shit is crazy, bro. And I would honestly just hope that the community would do better for itself. But I've seen this happen so many times with the Storm community. Y'all aren't gonna learn. I'm gonna be playing fucking Avatar, Tokon, and any other game that comes out in the future, and I'm gonna come back in 5 years and y'all still gonna be here making Sparking Zero Problem videos. So it's gonna be what it is, bro. Let me know what y'all think in the comments down below. Let me know if you agree, disagree. This has been Kai's and Kuma. I appreciate y'all for watching. I'm gonna see y'all in the next stream every day, pretty much for at least 2 hours, regardless of the game. You guys want to chill out, you guys fuck with my personality, what I'm saying, you guys can show up and pop out. I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Later.